Hello, and welcome to another episode of Everyday AI. Today, let's talk meeting notes. Let's say I've gone through, I've had a meeting, and I've bulleted out a whole bunch of things that happened. Now I can go to a tool and say, summarize these notes, right? And then I could just paste in whatever the notes were. Now, if I do it this way, I'm not giving it a whole lot of context. I'm not telling it that I want any specific thing. I'm just saying summarize. So it's essentially reformatting it. Now, if I were to go and say, maybe create a 2-paragraph summary of this meeting, right? And then I went through and pasted that. I'm at least giving it a little bit more context. So I want a 2-paragraph summary of what happened during this meeting. It gave it a little bit, on paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, it's a little bit literal in that sense. I could even take it a little step further. And let's take a look. Let's take a look at a more fleshed out prompt. Create an executive summary from my meeting notes. Include a 1-paragraph summary for leadership, which covers the primary objective, critical discussion, and the final resolution or next steps. Also include a table of action items. So if I were to take the same set and put these notes down in here with this more fleshed out prompt, let's take a look at what it does and how it's different. So here, now it's giving me this executive summary in a paragraph format, which I can include to leadership, and a set of action items with a table, the deadlines, and some resources and notes. So you can see it's giving me a very different, flesh or flavor here. So like before, I just told it make me some paragraphs, and it just made me paragraphs. If I give it a context and I tell it I want a table, it can give me a table with action items, and I can actually export this and maybe put into Excel. Now, one thing that's really cool is you can actually create these prompts in a way that can get really, really complex. I'll show you an example here. So this is the system prompt, is what it's called, for expert note taker. And let me zoom in so that it doesn't look like a, can I zoom in? I can. Great. So this is actually the back end prompt for one of the tools that we have here with TritonGPT. You can see it outlines the role and the goal, the context for the meeting. It shows specific examples of, when it should make inferences or when it should be grabbing from context. It shows when it should include page breaks and all this, all these very intricate things. So this is some of what the tools are doing in the background to help you with some of these functionalities to make it more of a one-click. And I'll show you what it looks like in the end. So if I just toggle over here to expert note taker, and I can literally take even a transcript of meeting notes and just, say summarize, right? It can take the entire meeting transcript and it can create the different elements that I can get, the executive summary, the detailed discussion log, including, who were the different speakers and what were some of the outcomes of that. It'll continue on and eventually make a decision register, an action items table. You can see all of this. And all of this was done. All I had to do is drop in the text and say, give me a summary, right? The way that it does this is because it has the system prompt in the background. It basically has all of this already prompted it in for me. This is really exciting because this is what's going to be coming soon or is already here in a lot of cases for a lot of the AI tools that you're seeing. So if you see a functionality like what we have Fund Manager Coach or for Job Description Helper or some of the other things that you'll see in ChatGPT or Gemini, if it's a tool that can help you do things like summarize your meeting notes or give me a report, outline or whatever, a lot of the times what it's doing is it has a system prompt in the background, essentially a really, really, really well-crafted prompt in the background. So all the user has to do is go in and say, please do this thing, thank you, the thing that you were designed for. So just wanted to give a peek a little bit at how it gets done in the background and hopefully some inspiration on how you might start building these in the near future. Think about what are some of the things that you want an AI tool to do. And if you don't want to have to remember how you prompted it every single time, we can start to save those prompts. And in some instances, you can start to build a system prompt, like in TritonGPT or in Gemini, for example, has a feature there called Gemini Gems, where you can take a well-built prompt and you can have that be sort of a one-click functionality for you in the tool. So the next video will show you some examples of some how to generate system prompts or some ideas on how to do that. So stay tuned.